Laura Collins, and I will be doing an informative speech on the complexity of stress. I want to introduce my audience. So right over here is Liesl, Steve, Jenna is right back here, Sam, and then Micah, and then Owen. Okay. I try my hardest to stay in the same routine. Why do I do this to myself? In all honesty, it boils down to my stomach. Over the years, I have struggled with severe IBS, but also a condition in which the muscles in my large intestines stop working correctly. After numerous doctor's visits and restless nights, they concluded that a contributing factor in all of this was stress. I wondered to myself, stress? How could that have such a huge impact on my health? I'm not even that stressed. As I replayed everything in my head, I realized on a subconscious level how stressed I really was. Every time my stomach started to hurt or I got nauseous, it was due to a stressful situation. Whether it's about work, school, or your home life, everybody deals with stress time to time. Many people don't understand how complex stress can be and the effects it has physically and mentally. As I share with you my research on this matter, I will discuss what stress is, the toll it takes on you physically and mentally, and how to manage it. There are many types of stress. What is stress exactly? According to the National Institute of Mental Health article, 5 things you could know about stress, or you should know about stress. Stress is a nervous system reaction that speeds up your heart rate and causes muscles to tense up. Signals are sent from the brain to the spinal cord and nervous system and onto every single cell in your body when the brain interprets the perceptions that come through it as unsafe. It can occur one time and short term, or it can linger for longer periods of time. There's a routine stress which is a reaction from work, school, family, and daily responsibilities. Repressed stress is when you store an accumulation of memories, thoughts, and emotions unconsciously, causing tension in the body, leading us to overreact, which I have been guilty of. Negative change, such as losing a job, divorce, or sickness, is a factor in stress. Traumatic stress is caused by a traumatic experience. This can lead to a temporary bouts of mental illness. Having a better understanding of what stress is and it can be beneficial to you in the future. It's shocking how one simple word can have such a huge effect on our bodies. Stress has a huge impact on us physically and mentally, but not all stress is harmful. In an article called "What is the Fight or Flight Response?" found on the website Verywell Mind, fight or flight response is a physiological reaction providing the body with energy to go on to survival mode to prepare for safety from threatening situations. This is also known as acute stress. Short-lived and moderate stress, like preparing for an exam, or in this case a speech, can help boost your memory and performance. It can keep us accountable as well. If stress was non-existent, there would be no effort to try to work harder. But it can also be harmful to our health. Health problems can arise with prolonged and chronic stress. With chronic stress, your body can start to overprotect itself, leading those responses to suppress your immune system, digestive system, sleep, and reproductive system. In the article 10 Natural Tips to Beat Chronic Stress, found on MBG Health, one meta-analysis involving 300 studies showed that stress can damage your immunity. Stress has a direct correlation with blood sugar and belly fat. It can raise your insulin levels, causing weight gain, insulin resistance, and diabetes. Routine stress can lead to mental disorders such as anxiety and depression, heart disease, and high blood pressure. As stated by the article 9 Ways Stress is More Dangerous Than You Think, found on Healthline, stress has a huge impact on controlling your emotions. Even mild levels of stress can cause you to lose control of your emotions. It's important to remember that although there are both positive and negative effects of stress, there's always ways to cope with it, no matter how mild or severe it may be. There are many ways to manage stress, such as exercising and nutrition. These have noticeable effects on stress. When stressed, most turn to alcohol and overeating. Aside from all the other dangers that go along with that, those factors will only prolong the symptoms of chronic stress. Exercise will not only benefit your body, but also your mind. Incorporate any movement such as biking, swimming, walking, running, or even meditation, along with breathing exercises. Avoid simple sugars and starches, aka processed foods. This will prevent a rise in insulin and blood sugar on top of your already spiked cortisol levels. Skip the caffeine. This can cause certain stress hormones to increase on top of speeding up your heart rate. Sleep is a contributing factor to stress. In the article called The Closely Linked Relationships Between Sleep and Stress, found on the website Very Well Mind, a national survey was conducted. 40% of participants said they weren't getting recommended amount of sleep. Devoting enough time to sleep can be challenging, but setting aside at least 8 hours of sleep each night can make a huge difference. Like I stated earlier, meditation can help overall with stress, but it can help with sleep. Relaxing your body will stop the stress response and will make it easier to sleep. As you can see, stress has many complex layers to it. The struggles I have gone through with my stomach is a perfect example of that. And even if you don't think stress is affecting you, chances are it is. Researching what stress is, how it affects us physically and mentally, and how to manage it helped me realize that it's not a topic to be taken lightly. Although there are some positives that come out of being stressed, the negatives are much greater. The more I read about this, the more apparent it was that this was an overlooked topic, and this is why it can become dangerous if it goes unnoticed. Like I stated, it's normal to have stress in your life, but it's how you deal and cope with all of it, with it that will determine how you go through life.